Adobe Radio. The future of alternative.
It's news to us.
We are live
with Eddie and Jason.
Not a lot of shows have the balls to be on live. There's so many podcasts. There's so many ways of, entertainment nowadays.
Right.
But live.
So let me get this straight. Are you live?
But we are 100% live.
It's news to us.
I'd like to point out that we're doing the show live.
Live.
This is live.
Welcome to the United States of America.
Global woman, radioactive sites, imperialistic wrongs, and animal rights. No!
Adobe Radio.
It's news to us.
It's news to us the week of June 22nd, 2026. It's Eddie and Jason here with you live on Adobe Radio with the top stories of the week. Hope you're having a good summer. We might have a guest come on, possibly, running for governor of Colorado.
Ooh.
Erik Underwood. He was just here a second ago, but I accidentally kicked him out of the room, so hopefully he comes back. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to get to here. Jason, how's it going over there?
Oh, good, man. How are you?
Good. We had a fun time there in Minneapolis, St. Paul area for your second wedding.
Yeah, second wedding. Yep. Wedding reception.
Yeah. So you had two wedding receptions, one last year and then in one location, and then another one this year in a different location.
Yeah.
Where are you taking it next year?
We might take the show on the road. I don't know. Well, I guess we already did that. Dang. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Might as well. Why not, man?
Right. I know.
Party to celebrate us.
That's right. Well, coming up in, 20 minutes or so, maybe a bit sooner if he pops in, we'll talk to Mr. Erik Underwood. He is running for governor, Colorado, our great state that we're broadcasting from, actually.
Yeah. It'll be great to have a local candidate on the program.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to that. I believe his campaign manager is standing by in the green room. I don't know. Should we say hello real quick? I'm not sure what's going on. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing well.
So we're just standing by. We're ready for Eric whenever he's ready.
Okay, I will let him know.
Okay.
He is in a different location, but I know he was getting ready to log in.
Oh, okay.
Now, are we recording this live?
Yes.
Oh,
we're on the air right now, actually. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
on
wonderful.
the air.
Say hi to everyone.
Yeah. So
hi, everyone.
Yeah.
So how much do you guys know about Eric?
Well, we know a lot about him. We researched his whole platform, and we have a lot of questions prepared.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Eric says he's in the waiting area, so maybe I took his place. I don't know.
Oh, maybe try have him refresh the browser, or maybe try coming back in, and then we'll. We're looking forward to chatting. So.
All right.
But Erik Underwood. He's running. He's an approval voting party candidate, Jason.
That is correct, and he'll tell you about how he got there.
Yeah, because he has an interesting story. He was a Republican, then a Democrat, and now approval voting party candidate.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
Yeah, but
the only progressive running for governor in Colorado.
That is what he says, and I'm interested in what his definition of progressive is. And why he feels that way. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And I just got my ballot in the mail the other day. Did you get yours, Jason?
I have it. I have not. Well, the primary, I have not.
Yeah.
Completed my primary ballot yet. No, but I have it on my table.
Yes.
I haven't either.
You haven't gotten it? Okay.
We got like a week left.
And how did you get involved with it? You have a cool job, by the way, a cool role in this campaign as campaign manager. That's your title in this campaign? That's a very, I've always been interested in doing something like that. How did you get into it?
Probably because I've known Eric for about 5 years. I do have a background in some politics many years ago on the Republican side, interestingly enough, but I am definitely more of a liberal. I am registered Democrat. So,
okay.
But my background is primarily corporate communications, worked for quite a few CEOs in tech and now in healthcare. And so, it's been an interesting ride, and we're really seeing the momentum changing, I think, in this campaign and what people are, we have more than 2 million unregistered voters here or unaffiliated registered voters, I should say, in Colorado. And most people don't realize that. It's more than the other parties combined. So
that is a lot. Yeah. So there are a lot of people out there that need to be reached.
That's exactly right.
That's where the challenge comes in. And we're looking forward to hearing about how the campaign's going. Well, we're going to take a break here, and hopefully by the time we get back, Mr. Underwood will be ready to join us.
Okay.
And if maybe just if you haven't, let him know to refresh the browser, or he's a tech guy. He should be able to figure it out.
He is a tech guy, so no problem at all. I will let him know. If you take me off, I'll give him a call.
Okay, sounds great. And we'll be back in about 2 minutes, so hopefully he'll be able to join us in the next segment. Okay. But thank you again for helping us set this up. We appreciate it. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
All right, Jason. We'll be right back here in 2 minutes, live on It's News to Us, Adobe Radio. Erik Underwood for Colorado governor. Up next, don't move. It's Adobe Radio.
This is Adobe Radio.
All right, we're back. Jason here live on Adobe Radio, and we're very excited to welcome our guest, Mr. Erik Underwood. He's a Colorado technology entrepreneur and a former U.S. Senate staffer running for governor, and he is part of the Approval Voting Party. He describes himself as the only independent Democrat that is running right now, and his story runs from growing up in public housing to developing a debate platform called Verbal. I'm not sure if it's a Verbal or Verbal, but we'll talk about that. He's campaigning in both major parties and spent years in a trademark dispute with Bank of America, which we can talk about that a little bit too. His current platform combines affordability proposals with much larger ambitions, including high-speed rail, universal health care, and even a Colorado-owned space program, Jason. And Mr. Underwood is joining us right now live. How's it going?
Hi, thank you for inviting me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us. Where are you right now?
I'm in Denver.
Okay.
Long day.
Long day campaigning?
No, actually, we had a long weekend of campaigning with Juneteenth and a lot of the festivals and some campaign events. And I still try to manage my daytime job
right
when I can.
And your daytime job is what do you do?
I'm the CEO of Verbal. We have, as you mentioned, we have a patent on AI technology. It essentially is a social media platform where it moderates debates between individuals in a 3-minute setting. So you get an opening and the other person gets an opening, and you get 25 seconds closing, and people vote on who wins the debate. And that's what our patent is on. It's on the AI technology and our novel platform. That's going to be launching early this fall. We're in beta right now.
That's fun. How did you get into that? That sounds like it could actually bridge the gap that we have right now.
Yes, on social media, absolutely. Yeah. Because there's no real place to debate. We're the first in the world, and that's what part of our patent is based on, is us being the first to do something like this. And with all the vitriol on social media, I came up with the idea is that people are talking at each other instead of with each other. And so I wanted to bridge that gap. And we started the journey in 2020. We came up with our own language model for AI. It took us a long time to develop it because there was no blueprint really to follow other than what we had, in our minds and our ideas. So we forged a new path into social media and AI technology, the type of AI technology that's meant to help people instead of hurt people. Okay. And the AI technology is mainly just to moderate people and to have a civil dialogue on whatever, sports, movies, politics, who's the best, what's the best Star Wars movie? Is it Star Wars versus Star Trek or whatever, whatever you want to debate.
Cool. I mean, that sounds fun. Looking forward to whenever that's available. Is it in the App Store now, or is it?
No, we have it on beta.
Okay. On beta, okay.
Yeah, but fun. It will be in the app stores. Yes.
Are you a big supporter of AI technology?
Yes and no. I own a patent in AI technology, and I see the use cases that could help humanity, but I also see how it can really hurt humanity.
Yeah.
And, with the data centers that are mainly for these corporations to collect data on you and stuff like that, I am not for. Mm-hmm. And I don't advocate for that. In fact, when elected governor, I'm going to put a moratorium on data centers, and because people have a right to say what goes in their community, and we need guardrails on that big time.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you seen these data centers, these mini data centers? They're now allowing people to put in their backyards, and these companies will pay you $1,000 a month if you have this little tiny mini data center in your backyard. And it seems like a lot of people are really into this idea because you get $1,000 a month. What's your feeling on, or your stance on something like that? Do you think that would be okay, or is it more so the big data centers that are bad for the environment? And
sure,
yeah.
To be honest, I haven't seen that the mini data centers. Interesting. It sounds like big tech is understanding that there's a lot of pushback on these big data centers.
Yeah.
How can we go around
and pay people? Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, it sounds interesting. I would have to take a look at what's the impact on the environment.
Yeah.
And the electricity cost and water cost and that kind of thing.
Well, you're active on social media like all candidates have to be. And here you are in a recent post talking about your goals for Colorado and your vision.
Hello, my name is Erik Underwood. I'm running for governor of Colorado. I'm on my way to the Secretary of State's office to officially deliver my paperwork for my acceptance of the gubernatorial nomination. And I go straight to the ballot in November. So, I'm the only candidate that has a universal health care plan that's going to end private prisons on day one with a signed executive order. We want to sue AIPAC on day one, make them register under FARA in a federal lawsuit. I have a housing plan as well, a state loan plan for people, and so much more. So go to ericunderwood.com. Until then, I got some paperwork to deliver so I can deliver for the people right after November 2026.
Yep, there you are. Yes, a little
walking
down the street.
Yeah, a lot of people like those videos that I do. I'm just walking down the street.
Those are the most popular ones.
TikTok has like over 10,000, like 10,000 views or something like that.
That's crazy. So you've your website says that you're not a politician, you are a neighbor, and you've run for Congress, you've run for U.S. Senate, governor, the Senate again, and now governor again.
Yeah.
And at what point do you feel like repeatedly seeking public office makes someone a politician?
That's a fair question. I think we have to be engaged on what matters to us. And if you have a calling on issues and you see other people not doing something that a lot of the people are against, but they feel as though there's no one stepping up to the plate and they get stuck with the same politicians year in and year out, then, I'm not a part of the system. I am not a part of the establishment by any means. I mean, I know a lot of the establishment players from over the years for sure, and which actually frightens me because I know a lot of the establishment people are there to either enrich themselves or to continue climbing that political ladder. I think that you should be able to serve office, get in and get out. So if you're in Congress, I think you should be in there maximum 6 years. That's several terms. And if you're in the United States Senate, serve 1, maybe 2 terms and get out and give it to the next generation. There's no need for 90-year-olds in Congress or in U.S. Senate. No need whatsoever.
So you don't think that you would have a problem after getting a taste of the power, letting it go eventually? You don't think you would hold on to it for dear life?
No, because I want to get in and get out. And you guys can write it down, take a picture of what I'm saying, because I really do mean that. And that's the problem with politics. There's so many people. We have an incumbent here, Diana DeJet. She's running the 1st district here in Denver, Congress. She's been in there for 30 years.
She did.
Yeah,
she has been in there for. I think she's in our district here.
She's a fan of our show, actually.
Really?
She sent us a handwritten note at one point. Congratulating us for something that we did, but it was kind of funny. But, but 30 years though. I know 30 years. These career politicians, they do start to lose touch with their constituents, and they don't really care anymore, and they're not in touch with what's really going on. So. You're right. I think there really should be term limits. I mean, I think people on both sides of the aisle seem to agree. But once the establishment, once people are in power, it seems like they don't want to give it up. So that's why these laws are never changed. But you ran as a Republican and then later became a Democrat. But then you're also saying that you're the most progressive and the only progressive on the ballot. Why is that?
Yeah, that was years ago that I ran a Republican. Short backstory on that is I grew up in 3 housing projects, and I was my mom got me into the Big Brothers Big Sisters program back in the late 80s. And my big brother Jim was a businessman, and he was a Republican. Long story short, in one of the housing projects that I lived in, I got shot at. And so my mom was very fearful of me. And my mom had 6 children, 2 sets of twins, and I'm the oldest out of all my siblings. And my mom, or actually Jim, my big brother, asked for me to come live with him. And so that's kind of how that path and journey started for me as a kid growing up, with the Clarks, who were white. They were, he was a businessman. They had a multi-million-dollar company called SMP that they just sold a few years ago, and it produced titanium and zirconium tablets. And so I got my start learning how business works, and I saw that company grow literally from a living room operation to a multi-million-dollar operation with 50 employees and a manufacturing plant and all of that. So the Clarks were very blue collar multimillionaires. It wasn't like Different Strokes, where you're living in a penthouse or anything like that. But they had comfortable means. But they were Republicans, and but I was always progressive and liberal. And in fact, I clash still to this day with my big brother. He's a Trump supporter, and we go back and forth. And a lot of debates and stuff like that. But I always never really fit into the Republican Party, and I evolved over time as well. So that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it's the Republican Party now really isn't the Republican Party that we grew up with in politics. Right now, it's insane what's happening.
It is. It is. And I worked in the United States Senate for a Republican, George Voinovich, and I was very progressive and liberal then. And so when I really found myself, I really had to make the switch, and that's been many years ago now.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, having staff that have, for senators or any public office, having both Democrats and Republicans, so you can have that conversation, that debate internally, and like try to move forward what's best for your constituents. Is that something you plan to do, like when you become governor, is having both Republicans and Democrats on your staff?
Yeah, I want a broad coalition. I mean, I'm not going to be the even though I will be a progressive governor, but why not invite people who are on the Republican side and my fellow Democratic side and independents as well. We're going to welcome everyone. This campaign is about Colorado. I'm running to be the governor for everyone. Now, of course, I have very progressive ideas, but progressive to me means people, and it means helping people. It means a policy where you can expand how you can reach people and help people.
Yes. And do you mind if we get into some of your policy that you have on your website? So in Colorado, there is a housing crisis, and you have a plan. You say that you would have Colorado purchase homes and offer buyers a fixed 2.75% loan with no more than $2,500 down. And how exactly does this work? Can you explain what your plan is and how many homes would you buy and all that? Sure.
For a starter program, around 500 homes. I want to be able to prove this concept. And so essentially, we're in a $1.5 billion deficit. And so I'm a big proponent that we have to get rid of a large portion of Tabor, which I think the state should keep the money so we can build our schools, roads, and bridges. I am in favor of keeping the voting on a tax portion because I think that's democratic and I think that's a good compromise for people. But essentially, how this would work is I'm going to ask for about carve out $500 million. And what we're going to do is it's going to be a multi-pronged approach. So we're going to go to builders and say, hey, we'll give you all kinds of tax credits if you can keep homes between $150,000, $200,000 or $200,000 for starter homes for people. We're going to also buy houses on inventory from homeowners and give them tax credits and be able to sell those homes below cost to drive down the cost of homes as well. And then the other prong as well in terms of affordability, and I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but I think this is an important point when it comes to selling homes, because in a 3,000 square foot home that's built in 1930 that may have been, renovated and so on, should not be compared. That might be worth $500,000. I don't think that home should be compared to a 3,000 square foot home that is $7 million in the same neighborhood. I think it should we have to separate the apples with the apples and the oranges with the oranges, because in most cases, that 3,000 square foot home that costs, let's say $500,000 is keeping the entry point out, because now it's not really $500,000. They're counted amongst the $5 and the $6 and $7 million homes in the neighborhood, and which people can afford, that $750,000 entry point, or even $1 million entry point in some cases. So we have to look at and innovate ways on how we do comps for homes, which is very important and is part of my plan. But essentially, we'll buy homes from these homeowners and we'll work with builders. There's a builder that kicks out tiny homes in a day. They make a tiny home a day. And so we need to engage with people like that as well.
Yeah, affordability is a huge thing. And then on top of that, you've also proposed 5 state-run grocery stores for $25 million. And you say those prices will be 25 to 35% below major chains. And each store would break even in 18 months. So have you had any independent analysis that supports those projections?
Yes, okay. Actually, I partnered with the Lion Project. I don't know if you're familiar with that organization, but they're here in Denver. We just opened, and CBS 4 just did a story on it over the weekend, and I was there for the grand opening. They're doing mobile food markets. They're actually repurposing tractor trailers and bringing where the need is in the community. And that Rebecca Muslak is one of the executive board directors. In fact, on my TikTok and Instagram, I actually interview her. It was just a few days ago. We're in the tractor trailer. They were getting it ready for the grand opening that we just had on Saturday. So my concept actually works. It's actually been validated by Rebecca and her team. And I'm going to partner with them as governor and organizations like them to give them resources to bring the need where the need is. So what I'll say is this: on the mobile the mobile food markets, that we can eradicate food insecurity by having 30 trailers around Metro Denver filled with food to be free at cost to people who can't afford it. Now, where my state grocery stores come into play is for rural communities, and eventually I want to bring it to the Front Range. And my state-run grocery stores is a proven concept. There's a place out in Kansas that has a mobile, or not a mobile, but a municipal grocery store. And we can lower costs of groceries by 40 to 60%, because in Colorado, thank God, is a farm state. So we can go and get eggs, milk, and other products from farmers, Palisade peaches, and so on and so forth. And there's people that make, potato chips here and all kinds of stuff that we can not have to worry about coming across state lines, because they're right here in Colorado. So that lowers the cost automatically on the transportation costs and everything else. And if you're sourcing directly from our farmers, we're creating an ecosystem that will not only sustain our farmers and support our farmers, but also local businesses that want to get their products onto shelves as well. And this is a very novel concept in terms of state-run grocery stores, but Pennsylvania and Virginia have state-run liquor stores. So let's, think about, that concept for grocery stores. And, if you still want to go to Whole Foods and pay those prices, that's great, or King Soopers. But I need to bring a lower cost of fresh food, organic food, healthy food to our fellow Coloradans.
Grocery prices have gotten out of control. Those big corporate grocery store chains are very powerful, though, and they do hold a lot of weight, especially with our state legislature. So how do you combat that? I mean, like they have a lot of resources.
Well, yeah, they have a lot of resources, but there's places out there on the Eastern Plains in Washington County. there's places around Colorado where they have to drive an hour and a half to get to a Costco or a Walmart.
So you're talking about like the food desert area.
Yeah, the food desert. So this is about, supplying the need where the food deserts are. And I want these initial grocery stores to prove this concept and eventually bring it to the front range. I mean, there's a lot of competition.
I think voters would love it. I mean, I think it'd be very popular with the public. Yeah, Jason.
Well, I was going to say some voters won't love it because they don't want the government controlling more of their lives, right? Like, how do you talk to those people that?
Sure. I've, as you know, I run for governor 8 years ago. I've been to all 64 counties. I know each county, and I know a lot of the people in rural communities will welcome this because they have lack of resources. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's going to be much of a fight where I'm proposing that putting a state-run grocery store will have access to food and versus traveling an hour and a half to get to, Walmart or Costco or wherever they get it. I mean, that's a real problem. And so I think if you're talking to people who may have some pushback on it, you have to look at it. My theme is, we're all Colorado neighbors. And so your neighbor on the Eastern Plains and on Western Slope that are out in food deserts do not have access to these grocery stores. So let's give it to them.
And you're going to supply it with food that was directly grown or, from Colorado? Is that the goal?
Yes, that is the goal. Yes. We're going to support our Colorado farmers and our local businesses. One of my favorite potato chips are the Denver Chip Company. They have some of the best potato chips, and would love to see them get into the store.
Better than Boulder chips? Yeah.
The Boulder chips are pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna. I don't say silent on much, but I'm not going to.
That's fair.
I support all the businesses.
And what about in the wintertime when crops aren't yielding? Like, are you going to source crops from other states like California, or how's that work?
I mean, that's a good point and a fair point. If we're going to do that, we're not going to go all the way to California. I think we should work with our neighboring states, Wyoming, Nebraska. And Nebraska is farm country. So, work with our neighboring states. Because if you're talking California, then the prices go up when you're talking about huge transportation costs. I mean, fuel costs are still up.
Yeah. Yeah, I only bring up California because in the wintertime, the northern states were under snow and we're not growing crops as much. In California, they supply a large portion of our resources, like food resources, during the colder months. So I'm just curious where we're going to source that food for these grocery stores.
I think California could. I mean, that's a good point. I think it could be, but you want to still keep your eye on the cost because the whole point of the state-run grocery stores is to lower the cost from 40% to 60%, which I know we can achieve for sure.
Well, it sounds like Jason should be part of the grocery store committee that you put together.
That's an important point.
Yeah, aquaponics could be a really good something to invest for here.
Yes,
it's all built internal. It's all self-sustaining, and you can grow year round.
Absolutely, right. Yeah. Well, I know we're a little short on time here, but Erik Underwood is running for governor, state of Colorado. And real quick, though, one question I did have for you because I've never seen this in a local candidate's platform. You want to develop a Colorado space program.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about this and why?
Yes. So we have candidates. We have a candidate running for governor who is making his claim to fame is suing Trump at every turn. And some of those lawsuits are very valid. I mean, I'm no fan of the president. However, having said that, what's your solution? So the president has punished Colorado in regards to Tina Peters, especially.
Yeah.
And as you know, I was against her release and her commutation. And so the president took away the Space Force, and that was $500 million down in Colorado Springs and thousands of jobs. Right. So how do you combat that? I don't think that space programs like SpaceX and Jeff Bezos, space programs should belong to billionaires. I think they should belong to the people. So why can't Colorado launch its own space program? We're second in the country in the aerospace industry behind California, and Boulder CU already does space contracts with NASA. So let's take all these resources and create our own space program. Let's launch rockets. Let's send a robot and plant a Colorado flag on the moon. I believe we can achieve this, and we can create 8,000 jobs here in Colorado in this space program initiative that I'm proposing. And let's give the space programs back to the people and not to billionaires.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be very cool to see a Colorado flag on the moon. So that would be.
I think we can achieve it.
Yeah,
I think that would kick off like a space war between the states.
Yeah.
Because the other states, there's a few states that have quasi space programs, but none that really is ambitious the way I'm proposing. And I'm about solving issues, and I want to drive jobs. I want jobs here in Colorado, and it'll be something that we all can be proud of as Coloradans, and I believe we can achieve that.
Well, Mr. Underwood, Erik Underwood is his name. He's running for governor, Colorado. ErikUnderwood.com. It's ERIK Underwood.com. And you can head on over there and get more information. There's a donate button as well, if you would like to donate to the campaign. By the way, I was on your website, and there's a little notification on the top. Squarespace needs a payment. Just a heads up. Yeah, I don't want.
We'll make sure they get it.
Yeah, I don't want your website to go offline. So, but
we'll get in touch with our guy.
Okay. But yeah, good luck with the rest of your campaign, and we'll be watching closely. And we hope to speak to you again before the election and afterwards. Once you're governor, we'd love to have you back on and help out if we can. So,
I appreciate it. I'm the only progressive on the ballot, so I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. You have a great evening, and thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. There he is, Mr. Erik Underwood. That was fun, Jason. All right. A quick break and back with more right here on It's News to Us. Don't move.
It's news to us
with Eddie and Jason. It's news to us with Eddie and Jason.
Okay, back. We're here live on IW Radio. It's news to us. Eddie and Jason hanging out. We just talked to Erik Underwood. That was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun to talk to someone who's running and is taking a chance and putting himself out there to run for public office.
Yeah, and he really is the only progressive on the candidate or on the ballot too, apparently. So
yeah,
so there's like I'm not seeing any why this can't be. Oh wait, never mind. No. Yeah, so I mean his big competition really is like Michael Bennett and Phil Weiser. I think they have on the progressive side. They
Democratic candidates.
And they kind of have that name recognition and a lot more money behind their campaigns too. So,
right, they're established. They're part of the establishment.
Right. But anyways, so should we try to get to a few stories here, news items?
Yeah, we got lots of news to talk about. But real quick on Mr. Underwood he's got a lot of ambitious goals.
I know.
I would say
a lot of ambitious. Like, we didn't even get to all of them.
I know. I kind of want to bring him back because
if he just,
I will say he's very friendly and very open, and I enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect actually because you never know. But I think he does. He's very like a space program for that could be cool, but that's going to take a lot of money. Then.
Yeah.
I like the idea behind it though, about creating jobs and everything, and then the local state-run grocery stores. Also, that he wanted to do some high-speed rail in the state of Colorado that goes from basically Fort Collins all the way in the north to Colorado Springs, and he said he could do it in 2 years. I don't think so.
I mean, it's been proposed several times. I think that's been on the. Like in the news here and there, like Elon was looking to do it here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
but yeah. Anyways, let's see what's going on. Do a quick news roundup.
It's news to us. News roundup. Yeehaw!
Well, the reflecting pool, Trump's reflecting pool, has now turned green, and it's Obama's fault. Jason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's Obama's fault.
Antifa.
Yeah, the Trump administration's $14 million American blue or flag blue reflecting pool. You know, they wanted it to be blue like the American flag, and now it's turned green. They're saying at first it was vandals. I thought that was the culprit.
Yeah,
DJT was saying there are going to be arrests.
Yeah,
because algae's growing.
Yeah, Antifa was they poured algae in, or I don't know what he was saying, but he's blaming them.
But now he's blaming Obama. He's saying it's Obama's fault because during the Obama administration, they did something to the pool, some kind of like service work to it, nothing major, but they serviced it. So now it's Obama's fault because Obama, during those 8 years, they went and serviced the reflecting pool. So. And speaking of Obama, Obama must live rent-free in Trump's head because Trump called Obama a, quote, stupid son of a bitch while defending his own Iran deal, which is basically a loss. Not basically, it is a loss.
Yeah.
And it reverts back to the Obama-era deal that we had anyways.
Yeah, that he always made fun of.
Yeah, basically we let Iran continue their nuclear program for keeping the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know why I can never say that goddamn word.
But it happens to everyone.
Hormuz. Open.
It's closed again.
Of course it is, because they were in the middle of negotiations, and then they threw a temper tantrum, and then they closed the Zoom call.
Yeah. And all they have to do is wait, right, Eddie? All Iran has to do is wait us out because we're going to run out of oil.
They got us by the balls.
They do. He's an idiot. Trump is he got out maneuvered.
He
got out negotiated. Who would have thought he would have been out negotiated?
Art of the deal. Whatever happened to
Art
that?
of the deal, my ass.
Even Fox News says that he lost.
Yeah. yeah, people on both sides of the aisle in both the Senate and the House saying this is a shitty ass deal.
The whole thing is an absolutely historical, monumental disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all paying for it. That's the shitty part, right? Like the American people are paying for the shitty deal.
Well, if the Electoral College weren't a thing anymore, we wouldn't be in this mess, possibly, because we would go by the popular vote instead of Electoral College. And they just did a new poll, and it turns out that pretty much everybody in America wants to do away with the Electoral College and just go by the popular vote.
Everybody that's Democrat wants to do that. Republicans don't want to do that.
Well, according to this poll, it was just Americans. They didn't say, and it was a 2-1 margin.
I mean, I don't know, man. I like how Trump, when he won, he was like, "Oh, look at all the red. Look at all this red. Like
right.
A sea of red."
Yeah.
All this land voted for me.
Yeah. Empty land.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I just drove across the country last week and it's just empty.
It's amazing how much of this country is just barren. America is huge.
It's massive.
And then most of the population's around the coastal cities, where most of it is,
I mean, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, New York and LA and Seattle and all the coastal cities.
Yeah, you got pockets of like urban areas, through the middle of America, but
sure,
not near as much as the coast.
Yeah.
Either coast, West Coast or East Coast.
Yeah. This is a crazy story here. In Ohio, they had a bipartisan bill to ban child marriage. And this would have been an easy thing to vote on. Like, it already passed committee and it just like needed to be signed off on. But then Republicans are dragging their feet on it.
Oh, why?
Because this is Senator Sandra O'Brien, a Republican senator in the state of Ohio. And she says, quote, "This one's a little personal with me when it comes to child marriage. My mom was 16. My dad was 22. They didn't get married because of her age. So they went to Indiana instead. And she's worried that, quote, we're losing our family to bureaucracy."
What?
And she also goes on to say, "I know some young people who are 25 and I don't believe they're responsible. And I know people who are 13 who are responsible."
Fuck you. No, you don't.
This is what she says as a Republican.
No.
So she's dragging her feet on banning child marriage. So there you go.
God damn it, dude.
Crazy.
Fucking low-hanging fruit. Like,
yeah, because everybody agrees. It's ridiculous.
Have you been around like a 15, 16-year-old kids? Like, no.
Well, she's saying that 13-year-olds are mature enough. So
Jesus Christ. Fucking insane. And if they're mature, there's a reason. Like, they're like, something's wrong at home that they have to be that mature.
Yeah.
God damn.
I thought this was really depressing. Remember, like, DOGE?
Oh, good. Perfect.
Here's another one.
Here's another depressing news story for you.
While we're in a rut, let's stay here real quick for a little bit longer.
Well, let's just stay in here the whole show. Damn.
You remember DOGE went through and...
Oh, yeah. DOGE.
DOGE, Elon Musk, and then they...
like a year ago now.
I know. And then they cut all the funding to USAID.
Yeah.
USAIDs, but what do they say? USAID or USAID? But anyways, this USAID was saving a lot of lives and children's lives, and now there's a representative, Khanna,
from California, represents the Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and is claiming that DOGE cuts to USAID may have, quote, possibly sentenced 4.5 million children to death. So millions of children are now looking at a very bleak future. And Elon Musk heard about this, and now he's threatening to sue.
Ooh.
So.
I mean, didn't DOGE cut like the screw worm it's starting to affect us here in the United States? Didn't he cut funding to eradicate the screw worm from Central America?
Did he?
Yeah, the whole point was to keep pushing it further away from America, and we're like, oh, it's far enough. We don't need to. Let's cut funding. I don't know if it was DOGE, but it seems like it might have been.
Crazy. Oh,
the whole point of us doing things in other countries so it doesn't come back to us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's the humanitarian aspect of it too, but
I mean, it's really self-serving.
But you're right.
It is self-serving. Like the Ebola outbreak that's happening in Africa. Like it is a self-serving thing, is to eradicate these types of diseases and these, things that can come to our own country, right? Like the whole point is to try to eradicate it.
Yeah, and USAID was like, it funded medical relief, disaster response, and long-term poverty alleviation programs. And it was combating pandemics like malaria, polio, and HIV.
Yeah, look at measles coming back.
So now a bunch of kids are going to get HIV because of Elon, is what this person is. What this the senator
allegedly.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I'm just saying. That's what they're saying.
We're just repeating. Yeah, we don't want to get sued.
No, I'm just saying what they're saying. Quote, end quote.
Yeah. It's not an opinion.
What else did you want to touch on? Anything? What came across your news desk?
Oh, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom has resigned.
Oh, really?
Did you see? Yeah. Another one down.
Who even was the Prime Minister? Because they had a election recently.
Keir Starmer was the Prime Minister, and he resigned today.
What
Less
happened?
than 2 years after winning one of the biggest election victories in UK history.
And why did Keir resign?
His approval rating's been collapsing. Poor election results, and Brexit. Brexit was 10 years ago. This is the 7th Prime Minister the UK has had since Brexit.
7th?
Yeah. Apparently, Brexit might not have been a good move.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh, wow. I didn't realize they've had 7 prime ministers in how long? 10 years?
Yeah, in 10 years.
It's almost like one a year. That's why I never know who the prime minister is.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but it's really hard to govern when, you're not part of the EU anymore, apparently, for the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to think, like, how big is the UK compared to, like, the United States, right? Like, they're on an island, literally and figuratively.
Right.
So.
By the way, do you like our new news ticker on the bottom?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear about the Texas murder case?
No.
Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player, but a high school. Yeah, this happened in 2025 at a track meet. But Carmelo Anthony was convicted of murdering a competitor at a track meet.
Wow.
Yeah, they had an incident, and he stabbed the other individual, Austin Metcalf, stabbed him to death.
You think
he was convicted of murder?
Is this only news because of the name Carmelo Anthony?
No. A lot of people say that it was a murder, and other people, it's very cultural. It's breaking apart our society, Eddie. And I'm surprised you haven't seen this.
I have not. So you're saying that he's claiming self-defense?
Yeah, he said that he was protecting himself because Austin Metcalf had shoved him. And they were going to get in a fight, so he whipped out a knife that he brought to a high school track meet. He had a knife. Why do you bring a knife to a track meet? I don't.
Well, maybe he was fearing for his life.
But maybe. My understanding is that he was upset that Austin was under one of the pop-up canopies trying to get shade and cool off, and Carmelo did not like that.
Then why would that upset him? Are they saying this is racially motivated?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, that's I did not hear about that one. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, but he was sentenced to 35 years.
35 years. Wow.
Carmelo Anthony, and a young man, Austin Metcalf, 17 years old, unfortunately was murdered.
Wow. That's well, all around terrible.
Yeah, it's a bummer all around. But
well, how about we switch some gears and hang on, where's this button? And talk about some Hollywood and celebrity news, just to lighten it up a little bit. Yeah,
real quick before we jump into something lighter.
Yeah.
You're bringing up California. I don't know if you heard, but the San Andreas Fault is showing the highest amount of stress in the last 1,000 years, and the big one is right around the corner, Eddie.
And we've been hearing this for a long time, but if that does happen, it's not going to be pretty.
No. A new study came out saying that it's been unusually long since the fault has had any type of release through a major earthquake.
It's been since the 90s.
No, longer.
Longer.
The 90s was not a big one.
What was that?
I don't believe that was from the San Andreas Fault either.
Oh, okay.
May have been from another fault, but yeah, they said there hasn't been a big earthquake since roughly the late 1600s.
So if the big one happens, the San Andreas Fault has a release that's going to affect Southern California in a big way.
Big way. Yeah.
And could be, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Because if I remember right, I'm trying to remember from like geography back in high school, but doesn't the San Andreas Fault go pretty much down the coastline of California?
I know it's in Southern California. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I guess we should probably look. But yeah, they're saying it's highest stress in 1,000 years. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah. I've experienced a couple of earthquakes in LA, but they were very minor, but they were freaky.
I bet. Yeah.
I can't imagine
San Andreas Fault
7 or 8
goes from like Northern California all the way down to Mexico.
There was like I don't know, like probably I think I've experienced 2 earthquakes in LA, but they were I don't know 2 or something. But they just like
Richter
rattle
scale?
you. Yeah, they just like rattle you a little bit, and then it almost just feels weird. Like, how sometimes you just randomly it almost feels like you're getting dizzy for a second, and you're like, oh, am I getting dizzy? Then it's over.
Yeah. Well,
anyways.
Yeah.
That's
Hollywood.
Scary. Oh yeah.
What's happening in Hollywood, Eddie?
Speaking of California.
The 411 on the 405. When Hollywood fucks up, we're there.
I'm a celebrity in an emergency.
Yes. The 405, while it's still intact for now. House of the Dragon is returning.
Ooh.
Did you watch that? I know that you're a big fan of Game of Thrones, but House of Dragon is back for season 3.
Have not watched House of Dragon yet, but I have watched all of Game of Thrones. Eddie, have you?
No.
When are you going to?
Never going to happen.
But
I thought you might be excited about that, but I guess you never watched it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Xbox is turning 25.
Really? That's it?
That makes sense to me.
2001?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was earlier, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Xbox is 25. It's one of the newer ones. I think Xbox came out after PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation was back in the 90s.
Yeah, so now that Xbox is turning 25, they want to try to make movies out of all of their biggest games. That's their whole thing now. Gears of War, Sea of Thieves, Call of Duty, Minecraft, and Wolfenstein. They're trying to make movies out of all of those games.
I mean, honestly, I think they'd probably do pretty good if they did it right.
I feel like
look at the success of what is it, Fallout? I don't know if you watched Fallout at all.
Well,
Minecraft.
Well,
Minecraft,
they made a Fallout
big.
TV series, I thought.
Yeah, Fallout the TV series. Yeah, and then Minecraft the movie.
That was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get behind Fallout, the second season of Fallout.
Okay. I didn't watch the first season, but
oh well.
a Call of Duty movie. You know, when you play those games, it's almost like watching a movie. They got to bring in Kevin Spacey. That can be his big comeback. I think
boy.
The Call of Duty.
Why?
Movie.
No, it would ruin it
because he was in Call of Duty.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey's radioactive, man.
I know. He's so weird.
Yeah. Why don't you just bring back like Kevin Spacey and like get all like the has-beens that did something shitty and they've been canceled. Let's bring them all in for a movie.
Bring Cosby, Kevin Spacey,
Mel Gibson.
Well, I think he's kind of uncanceled.
Is he uncanceled?
Yeah, because he's making another Passion of the Christ.
Oh my God. The Christ compels thee.
Yeah. The Reckoning.
I want another Ransom. Ransom 2.
Yeah, I know.
This time Grandpa gets taken.
Right. Make Lethal Weapon 5.
Wait, didn't they do that? No, that was a TV series.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's everything that we had. We have nothing else left on our prep sheet. We got through every single story, I think, for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. Boy, are we exhausted.
Okay, well, why don't we, I guess, leave everyone with a moment of Zen.
Ooh.
A moment of Zen with DJT. And then see you next time on It's News to Us. Hang on. Here's DJT. Bye-bye.
I want to check him out. Whoa, look at the muscles on this guy. Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him. I'll kiss those big, powerful men down there.
Prime Minister Modi is the nicest looking guy. He's just old.
A handsome guy, by the way. That's usually not my thing, but he is a good looking sucker.
No, I'm looking at the legs there. He's this beautiful guy. He's got legs like tree trunks.
We have to keep our country gay.
I want to check him out. Whoa, look at the muscles on this guy. Look at that guy, how handsome he is.
Appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
With all due respect, that's a bunch of malarkey.
There he is.
I used to say, Tim, you got to start doing it over here, and you really have. I mean, you've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. But
give it up for Adobe, everybody.